football when I was a kid. In my best season playing for Bala Rovers, I scored 2 goals. I was a striker. One of those was against Glenagross. It bounced off my shins and rolled over the line. But they all count. The other one was an absolute screamer. It was against Cardiff Celtic. Ball came across me. I jumped in the air and like a stopped clock, telling the right time twice a day, I met it fully on the body. An absolute Tony Yeboah thunder bastard. Goalkeeper was rooted to the spot. Never even saw it. Looked out at his teammates with wide eyes, just said, it's in the fucking net behind me, isn't it? It absolutely was. I was still substituted off at half time. For what it matters, we won 2-1. Cup semi-final. Realising I was kind of crap at football, I drifted away from it. Though in more recent years, I found diaries from my early teens, which in June 1986 include detailed entries about the 1986 World Cup in Gibbs between Yugoslavia and Northern Ireland. Playing in bands by the time I was 15. Rock and roll lost its luster, and football kind of became my rock and roll, I suppose. And now a confession. I've never had a football widow. I've never had a wife or a girlfriend who felt in any way threatened or ignored because of my relationship with football. Truth be told, they'd probably like if I had the distraction for 5 minutes to keep me off their tails. So that's the greatest bit of fantasy of that song. To start a fight up with me. She said, what's that you're watching? It's a program about art. She said, a program about art. I said, a program about art. And then the greatest midfield artist of them all walked out into the park. The crowd were on their feet and they whistled and they cheered for the tiny wee Scotsman with the copper-coloured hair. She said, you just don't care. You never listen, you know. Lukage out to Wetherell, and Wetherell to Durigo. Durigo knocks it onto Fairclough. Fairclough looks for speed. Now she's ranting like a lunatic. I'm switching off that telly. Look at me while I'm talking to you. To Strachan now puts Kelly through. There's one man pulling all the strings. 22 know damn well who the air begins to thicken. Inside the box, Strachan has stricken the gap unfilled. He makes the kill 1-0. She waited for the match to start a fight up with me. She said, what's that you're watching? It's a program about art. She said, a program about art. I said, a program about art. And then the artist tackles perfectly and floats over the park to the waiting Rodney Wallace, knocks it back into Dean. And now the Dean machine to McAllister. McAllister's just seen how Gordon Strachan slipped his marker, and he's free now in space and has them pouring forward, spraying the ball all over the place. And Gary Speed is involved again. He steadies the ball. Am I talking to myself, she says, or talking to the wall? Will you look at me while I'm talking to you? To Strachan now puts Kelly through. There's one man pulling all the strings. 22 know damn well who the air gets even thicker. The keeper's quick, Strachan's quicker. The gap unfilled, he makes the kill 2-0. start a fight up with me and said, what's that you're watching? It's a program about art. If you don't take your grief and bad vibes and get out of my face, I'm gonna sit right here and whistle my way through Melrose Place. Sets up Strachan's hat-trick. The gap on Bill, he makes the kill. 3-0.
So I'm saying there's a free glass coaster there for anybody who'd like one as well. Thank you for coming. Thank you for supporting the album. And thanks to Steamboat for having me. I should have said that at the start as well. The manners of a yielding.